Our next session is session 2, which includes the nature and scope of human resource management. In this session, our objectives for this will be by the end of this session, students should be able to define human resource management, understand the nature of human resources in organizations, understand and identify the scope of human resource in organizations too. So what is the meaning of human resources? Human resources means the assembling of people and their characteristics at work. These are distinct and unique to an organization in several ways. It simply means when it is an health institutions, the people who are there are basically working health personnel. If it is a manufacturing organization, the people who are there are manufacturing. So human resource management is a whole consisting of interrelated, interdependent, and interacting psychological, sociological, ethical components. Human resource can also be defined as the process of managing human talent to achieve an organization's objective. It can also be described as what is concerned with the policies and practices that ensure the best use of the human resources for fulfilling the organizational and individual goals. It is also the planning, organizing, directing, controlling of the procurement, development, compensation, integration, maintenance, and separation of human resources to the end that individual, organizational, and social objectives are accomplished. So what are the characteristics of human resource management? First, it is people-oriented. This simply means that human resource deals with people and is particular about how the welfare of people. It is individually oriented. It simply means that it deals first and foremost with the individual who will then come in and join a team. It is development-oriented. It simply means that we deal a lot of developing people's talents and then training. Human resource is pervasive. Pervasive function simply means that in the totality of the organization, human resources everywhere. This simply means that even in the accounting section department, the accountant is in charge of some people, accounting staff. That means the accountant performs human resource management. Production manager performs human resource management. The security head performs human resource management. That is why we say it's pervasive, it's all over the place. Human resource is future-oriented. It simply means that we deal with people and think about their future in terms of pensions and so on, how they will grow and make useful to the organization and for themselves. Human resource is a science as well as an art. It simply means that we have to look at it in the basis of science by doing empirical work to find out why people are not working and why people are working. It is a staff function. It is also a coordination function. It simply means that it coordinates in the various department and functional levels within the organization. Human resource is welfare-oriented, which simply means that it deals with the welfare of the people, including their social lives and so on. Human resource is a gatekeeper of ethics. This means that with ethics, human beings will look at the human beings based on their responsibility, being discretionary, doing the right thing at the right time. So HRM has concepts. There are 4 main characters or concepts that are basically the same thing and that can be described. The first one is people management. This means that the policies and practices which govern how people are managed and developed in organization. The second one, we call it human capital management. This approach informs the direction of value-adding people management, strategic investment, and operational decision at corporate level and at the level of frontline management. The third concept is what called personnel management. And personnel management is concerned with obtaining, organizing, and motivating human resources required by enterprise. The fourth concept or character is human resource management. And the human resource management is a strategic, coherent approach to the management of people in organizations has the most valued asset, the people working there who individually and collectively contribute to the achievements of its objectives. Thus, HRM scope and functions in organization. Basically, the functions of HRM is divided into 2. We have the managerial functions and the operative function. With the managerial function, it deals with what we call planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. which actually originated from the principles of management agreed by Fayol. Then we have the operative function, which deals with the procurement, development, compensation, maintenance and motivation, integration, industrial relations. This is what we will be dealing with the operative function of human resource for the next 13 sessions. So what are these in the individual operative functions? They include, the first one is procurement. Procurement deals with what are called job analysis and design, human resource planning, recruitment, selection, placement, socialization, orientation, and so on. Development deals with career planning and development of the people, workers training, executive development, and so on. Whilst compensation will deal with how to evaluate people's job, how to determine their performance evaluation, wage administration, incentives, and benefits. Maintenance and motivation deals with employees' well-being, social security, workers' participation, motivation, job rotation, HR records, research and audit, HR information systems. And the last of the operative function is integration, which deals with the industrial relations, discipline, grievances, dispute settlement, collective bargaining. So why do we study HRM? First, having a good understanding of HRM is important for managers and entrepreneurs of all kinds. Second, all managers are responsible for at least some of the activities that fall into the category of HRM. Third, staffing the organization, designing jobs and teams. Fourth, developing skillful employees, identifying approaches for improving their performance and rewarding them successfully are typical of HRM issues that we need to know. Fifth, understanding human behavior and the knowledge about the various systems and practices to help people build a skilled and motivated workforce is worth knowing. That's the significance of HRM to students of business. A, attracting and retaining the required human resource recruitment and selection, placement, orientation, compensation, and promotion policies. Students will also know that developing the skills of attitude of employees through training and development and performance evaluation. C, providing employees with social and job security through grievance, motivation, and participation in management. And D, ensures that enterprise will have in future a team of competent and dedicated employees. I now refer you to the session slides in session 2 to go over, and also the textbook on the reading material. Thank you very much.